This is how the brain works. In the center part of the brain is where the cells that produce serotonin and norepinephrine modify the rest of the brain. Just like a dimmer switch can control how light or dark a whole room is just from one small area, each cell has connections with 500,000 other cells, and you only have 250,000 in your whole brain. The signal comes down the nerve. It releases these chemicals, which then go across the space called the synapse. Once those chemicals fill up the receptors on the left side of the synapse, the signal is sent. That's how the nerve on the right influences the nerve on the left. Here's a higher magnification of the same thing. The signal comes down the nerve, it releases, goes across, reaches critical mass, now sucks back up into the yellow vacuum system. Now the body will recycle some of it, but the rest of it is destroyed and thrown away. And how much is destroyed and thrown away is dependent upon your family characteristics. So if you don't have enough of the chemical to fill up those receptors, then you will have the signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety. Some people have problems with too much rather than too little. This is what we think happens with people with schizophrenia, and this is the dopamine system. They're being so overstimulated with dopamine, they become very agitated, they hallucinate, they can't sleep, they hear voices. So what we use are these white balls to simply plug up that vacuum system. So now the body can't bring it back in and throw it away. So it helps your body conserve what you've already made. So now the concentration in that gap increases. It's like having instant hot water. When you turn on the spigot, you have hot water immediately. You don't have to wait for all the cold water to be pushed out of the hot water pipes before you get a cup of coffee or tea. This is what's addicting. This is in the pleasure center of the brain, and these are the dopamine receptors. And these purple balls represent